Good morning and welcome to Merrill's Monday Morning Market Madness. Coming at you with some additional stats about exactly what's going on with the Phoenix residential real estate housing market and sharing some interesting things that are going on every single week. So if you're thinking about buying or selling or you're just curious about what's happening in the market, this is the show for you to get some really, really neat information. I always like to start off by talking about the month supply of inventory, and that's basically a saturation rate. It's a metric that lets us decide how hot is the market based on the current pace at which homes are selling. So right now there are 11,589 active listings. Interestingly, and this is the first time that this has ever happened that I'm aware of, at least in the last decade, there are 11,728 listings that are pending or under contract, which means that, and we hit this about 4 or 5 days ago, there are actually more pending listings right now than there are active listings. That alone should tell you how hot the market is. There are so many homes that are under contract. So when you're driving around and you feel like, gosh, there's sure a lot of signs in yards. Merrill says the market's super sizzling hot, but I see signs all over the place. Keep in mind that over half of the signs you see likely are homes that are already under contract. There are also 6,539 homes that have closed within the past 30 days. Over the next 30 days, we should see that number climb significantly, purely based on the number of listings that are pending, but also based on historical information. Usually the total number of pending listings goes up the number of closed listings goes up a lot in March, April, May. Only 6,539 homes have closed in the last 30 days. Typically in May and June, we sell around 9,000 to 10,000 homes in each of those months. So again, that's why I'm expecting, with how many pendings we have right now, the total number of closed listings is going to be climbing dramatically. But again, right now, 6,539 in the past 30 days, which gives us a month supply of inventory of only 1.77, meaning that if no new homes were ever allowed to hit the market, at the current pace of which homes are selling, everything would be gone in 1 3/4 months. So let's call it, 7 weeks. Everything would be gone in about 7 weeks, which is very much a seller's market. Demand is much higher than supply, which is going to lend towards price increases, especially if the current interest rate climate remains very, very low. Interesting article that I saw over the week. We'll post a link to the article in the comments section of the videos. But really interesting article. Hire a Helper is a company that people can go to hire movers or packers or different moving type services. And they did a big study on where people are moving out of and where people are moving into. And according to their study, the number one city that people are moving to in the whole country right now is Scottsdale. 108% more people moved in than moved out over the past year. So, twice as many people moving in than the people moving out. And the state of Arizona as a whole, one of the hottest states for net gains, with 25% more people moving into Arizona than people moving out of Arizona. So the interesting thing about this is, we've got incredibly low supply, we've got incredibly high demand, and we're one of the fastest growing states and cities and areas in the country right now. So speaking of Scottsdale, I thought you might be interested to see what the month supply of inventory for Scottsdale is. Again, right now we're at 1.77. That's our entire MLS, which includes the entire Phoenix metro area. It even includes some Casa Grande. Sometimes it includes some Payson. So it's extended Phoenix metro area, shall we call it. So right now the Scottsdale month supply of inventory under $1 million is only 1.82. That's exceptional when I'm looking all the way up to $1 million. Over $1 million is a different story at 8.63. So we're not seeing nearly the same level of demand as we are under $1 million, even in Scottsdale. But even in those price ranges, the best homes, of course, and this is the true always, but the best homes are still getting multiple offers and selling quick, even over $1 million. Interestingly, so I mentioned Scottsdale is the highest net gain state. City, and Arizona is one of the highest net gain states. The states that have the biggest net loss, and I'm sure this won't come as a surprise to anybody, are New York and California, with a net loss of 18 and 17% respectively. The cities with the biggest net loss, again, no surprise here, are New York City, San Francisco, Chicago, and Los Angeles. So I think we're going to continue to see more and more people moving to Arizona, much more affordable than most of those big cities, and there are really bright things in store for our housing market, and we expect to see home values continue to rise. I hope you found this information helpful and interesting. Please feel free to reach out to us anytime if you have any questions, comments, or concerns. Thanks.